here we want to look at finding the midpoint of a line segment. And so basically, you kind of eyeball, I just want to be halfway in between. You can almost see what point that should be. But if we think about our values of our 2 points, so we have -4, -2, and we have 6, -6. To find the halfway point, and there's a formula, we'll talk about it in a second, why it makes sense, but to find the halfway point, we're just literally thinking what number's halfway between the x's and what number's halfway between the y's. Now sometimes it helps to think about the distance they are from each other. So look at the x's. We have -4 and 6, and so those are 10 apart. So the middle should be 5 in either direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from there. So it looks like halfway in between -4 and 6 would be +1. It's 5 away from here, about 5 less than this one. So I can see that it's in the middle. And then for these, -2 and -6, -2 and -6 are just 4 apart. So probably 2 in the middle, or you can picture what's halfway in between 2 and 6 is 4, but here we're on the negative side, so -4. If you've ever seen the formula before, the way it works is it says to add up your x and y values and divide by 2. And picture if you add up 2 values and divide by 2, you're essentially taking the average of those 2 values. Add up the x's, divide by 2, add up the y's. So let's try it that way. If we add up the x's, -4 plus 6 gives us 2. And divide by 2, we get 1. So notice we're getting the same answer as we already had. So that's all you're doing is you're averaging the points. You're saying what's halfway in between here. So same thing for the y's. If I add these two, I get -8. And divide by 2 gives me -4. So regardless of whether you think the formula or whether you want to think, okay, halfway in between, you get the midpoint. And let's just check and make sure it looks like the midpoint. So over 1 and down 4. So somewhere around there. My line's not perfectly straight, but that looks like the middle of the 2 points.